Public speaking. Just hearing those two words can make your heart start pounding, right? But what if you could take one of the biggest fears people have and turn it into one of your most powerful skills? So how do we actually do that? Well, let's open up the toolkit and find out how to turn that fear into some serious focus.
Okay, first things first, let's just acknowledge the elephant in the room. That feeling of panic when all eyes are suddenly on you. It is so real, and trust me, it is incredibly common.
You know the feeling, right? You're about to speak, your hands get all clammy, your heart is just racing. That's your body's ancient fight-or-flight response kicking in. Your brain is basically treating the audience like a saber-toothed tiger. And here's the absolute most important thing to remember. You are so not alone in this. This is a shared human experience. But here's the good news. Public speaking isn't some magical talent you're born with. It's a skill you can build. And that's exactly what we're going to start doing right now. I want you to think of yourself as a builder. Every great building needs a solid foundation, right? Well, for a great speech, that foundation is built on what we call the 7 C's. Yep, it all rests on 7 core principles. Let's walk through them, starting with the nuts and bolts of how you craft your message. So the first 3 C's are all about the message itself. First up, clarity. Use simple, direct language that everyone can get on board with. Second, conciseness. Get to the point, respect people's time, and just cut out all the fluff. And third, completeness. Make sure you've given them all the puzzle pieces they need. It's really about being simple, focused, and thorough. Now, these next 4 C's, they shift our focus from what you say to how you say it. Confidence. That doesn't just show up out of nowhere. It's built from practice. Connection is all about building a bridge between you and your audience. Conviction means you have to believe in what you're saying, because that passion is contagious. And finally, and this might be the most important C of all, consideration. Always, always remember, the speech isn't for you, it's for them. Okay, foundation is laid. Now every builder needs a blueprint. And for a speaker, that blueprint is your purpose. What is the actual mission of your speech? So what's your goal? Take a look here. Are you trying to inform them like a teacher would? Are you trying to persuade them like in a debate? Maybe you're marking a special occasion with a toast, or are you just there to entertain? Figuring out your main goal is the key that unlocks the whole structure of your speech. All right, let's get to the actual construction site. We've got our foundation, we've got our blueprint. Now it's time to put up the structure. And thankfully, it's a simple, classic 3-part design. Believe it or not, almost every single great speech you've ever heard follows this timeless pattern. An introduction, a body, and a conclusion. Simple, right? Well, yes and no. Each one of those parts has a really specific, really crucial job to do. Your introduction's job is to hook the audience right away and tell them where you're all going. Your conclusion, on the other hand, is all about recapping where you've been and leaving them with something powerful to think about. Think of them as bookends. They're what your audience will remember the most. And the body, well, that's the heart of your speech. It's where you deliver on the promise you made in the introduction. This is where you lay out your evidence, you build your arguments, and you tell your stories, guiding the audience smoothly from one point to the next. And now for the fun part, the finishing touches. This stuff is what separates a pretty good speech from a truly memorable one. We're talking about the secret sauce for your intro and conclusion. The key here is to be intentional. Don't just sort of wander into your speech. Grab their attention from the very first second with a provocative question, a surprising fact, or a little story. And when you finish, don't just trail off. End strong with a clear call to action or a powerful statement that's going to echo in their minds. See, this illustrates the point perfectly. Using a quote, either at the beginning or the end, can instantly add some weight and authority to your words. It frames your ideas and can leave that lasting impression you're going for. Or you could just ask a direct question. I mean, think about it. What's one thing you believe that most other people don't? A question like that doesn't just get them to listen, it gets them to think. It makes them an active participant from the word go. And remember, these aren't just clever little tricks. They are strategic tools designed for one purpose, to make your message land with real impact and to stick in your audience's memory long after you've left the stage. So there you have it. We've gone from looking that fear in the eye to laying the foundation, from drawing up the blueprint to adding those killer finishing touches. The entire toolkit is now yours. So the only question left is, what are you going to build with it?